To my mind, Ken was in the United States because he was undergoing treatment. The question you ask yourself this morning is, was he arrested at the Mayo Clinic? When they arrested Ken, was he in the hospital bed?
The man that said to me, Ghana and India, no problem with the law, no, our host country, no. As you say, you took one among the current say, I'm not going to take the found. Now, let's do business for, you know, you make sure that the BIA are more into the found this. And the decided to be to Sana Mono, I'm former finance minister, Ken Ofori Atta. And you need ice for the Kasai. And I must say, a quanda ho, Mama and Sakwan, Neaquaco. But just before you ever set off alcohol, and I for some baby, you say, Papa say, on Pese, Obiabasrano, on Beso, embassy for no. Ken Bar, for all you know, MPP for the Bisu, who the quite him because on no person or so. And in the process, you know, they might incriminate others. You never know. You never go alone.
Now, who we are, first of all, OSP. OSP, no. But of being now near Ghana.
So I'm on one, Mrs. Our office, no. Young no. Omujina no my almost had and could add a GB. No more than
140 million.
I do grow. It is our office, no. Ye, young no.
The way also Paja can offer that as a manoma. Oh, I can't yet in any. And yet, I don't all grand.
I just say any news as what's one on why relax it in fee.
I'm see a problem. Now, so problem, I say, and count.
There be.
Well, former finance minister.
10 days, and I now count.
Sadam Omofia, Namina.
Okay.
But me bag Ghana, an idiot. Oh, I don't know, ma. Say, even Jojo say, I don't know, ma.
Tun kununku Ofori Atta.
Oh, it is to the dead.
Shebi this year.
Enka Sambre.
Or no bremu.
Yafino.
Waka could this and seme Elbrin Coco Crum.
Na papa penny.
Penny to say war.
Ye Jojo.
Na ye we say ye.
Oh,
me who baby our dano crano. In fact, me any was somebody to call me and Casa Crana, me row, woman.
I say secondary school.
And no, I'm mattress in Impo. I say bench in any my motor's work class and we say drain you ran on the Cosi Dine Chim, no what is on. But
to me, influence my bro.
So what's your say? So what you are and also be margin bonnet. Eddie do with Sirimu Demois, a susus are so they be. Now, your money, sir. No, no, and ka SMLD wouldn't near them only a dream bonnia. And can see a dear way pa etimia for one sassy. Na Ghana yet a hand say near ho chilling and could go school. Just say, and your mother and na
pension for Sika.
Or Rebecca said, yeah, 10 people for, but one near mom bay, yeah, Trocan, and no one some year.
In particular, meaning the not person different in saying.
Some my dear, it was your chromo, but I mean, be near.
And let me say, Sir Wayne and Untimi Ken, Abrobe, your former president every move. Oh, say no, no, second to me, Bagana, Hanu say Kim. Next war, Baby, Janus or Castle Cassa, I am people for never have for goom. And the Cassim naked truth as so unopen your way. Fight, you know, I fight. Asem Ken Ofori Atta. Papa no, according to US embassy, ambassador or US embassy, HS, baby, I do no Ghana at the extradition at home. And I'm saying, not OSP, no, and and combine no need. Got me I don't understand. OSP the me way, me not wanted, fugitive, Interpol, baby, funny in Nano. I'll fame mom and attorney general. Edit letter, comma. A friend is a ambassador or US. And also they come US and paying for say, oh, Papa no could have detaining no. When you're deported, you could hear that. Monfort family.
Well, statement if we were so by as ambassador to the United States of America, Edema Ghana, or representing Hono Nansan and Anawa, one son, a chassis, as you could pay more a war a year ice for Asuyo. If I can offer that answer, why Ghana ambassador to the United States. Ukopie mo no dian ene koso ena nkitanwo ban ena sesi a yekasai wa Ghana na msifo ewo hoyi ekoso ewo Ken Ofori Atta nsem ho yo mo God made us the chair or chief for so the ban say minya ntia say I support of opinion na many Accra Attorney General so edi won kita won any confirm say that is the case and me man to hano e man say to me say Ghana ni bia no mbako ahunye mu no na problem bi no with the law no I will host country no as say you two one among na correct say amafo ntiti at the found na ne do bi na this for you know you make sure say bibia ekoye omo ntiti ne found this so nti you decide say you be tusa na mo no ama former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta nti you need ice for no kasa and almost say kwanda ho omo man sa kwanya ne akwa akohunu but just before you ever set off akodo and ice for no samba bi o say papa no say on pese obi abesra no on pese ohu embassy for no nti at that point no mo train say omo deteni obi pese oni akon say on pese ohu obi a they say respect that you know right no as well nti say so on pese ohu yen dia na just say and yen train sign until such time say on rakasa you know so but initially he had said say he won't see us without his lawyers but subsequently no I say on pese ohu yen kra nti
well
so I had to issue that statement just to be on the same page with everybody.
Very well. So Cecilia no say honorable Ken Ofori Atta woda so wo eye asefo nsem ana say we releasing
no or asefo nsem asefo when they took a decision no they knew what they were doing say you know time was up. You didn't have a right to be in this country. And that much they knew saying this and no a term. So they took him on the basis of that.
Say yakase obi visa ya revoke ambassador yakase obi visa ya revoke ubetumi educate ye kakra wakoye Ghana NMC for owo America no ye revoke visa no ewo eye ana America ho for omo issue visa ne man no omo na revoke eye visa no
you betumi issue visa ama owo Ghana ubetumi be do ha immigration officer betumi revoke visa and you must have the grounds for doing it. If you think that you even lied in Accra to get your visa, you betumi revoke. Ube committee problem be waha, you betumi revoke. That means I said you so you don't longer have visa to be in this country and you have to be removed.
It is a CIA kase no. Ken Ofori Atta status ewo USA no it has been curtailed. Senebro ni beka no.
Well, only visa to be in this country. Yenti I say in say o tu anamombi edia I extended the stay waha. Now only lawyer for any immigration for the age anamom. But at the time ICE well, before they move in, they are certain they will need right to be in this country. Then they come into your house and take you.
Ken Ofori Atta have an opekeno on the street of America.
He was taken from his home.
On one fear what
in America. On one fear now if you follow the news, I also received here documents from the Ghana government to be submitted to the Department of Justice for extradition of Ken Ofori Atta, the ex-finance minister of Ghana.
No, honorable, we're breaking news now. What's the file documents be? America for now, so yeah.
Documents because the extradition documents about me. And my job was to submit it to the Department of Justice.
As ambassador representing Ghana in the United States.
Correct.
Fantastic. So you've done that already.
The documents not come out. I've done that already. That was before he was picked up.
Fantastic job.
The document came here a day before Christmas.
Okay. That was on the 24th, right?
Yes. But we submitted it on the 29th because it will be a convocation.
Okay.
We submitted the document. These are official lines. Extradition
Fantastic.
Legal documents. Mm-hmm. We submitted. Our job was to submit it to the Department of Justice. You heard Ofori Atta in Ghana to face certain charges. So that is what we are. And then,
Ti baby a do no. There was a year Ghana as ambassador to the United States. Why would you marry? Anakabi.
My medjume wie. Talk to some address or chance or person here. I will go.
So for how long?
But
and the lawyers for two anamono. How long is it going to take for Ken say you didn't beba or my Ghana money wababe face the law?
I'm not able to say exactly how long. What I can tell you, and it's on the 20th of this month, he will be brought before an immigration judge on a charge of staying here illegally.
Wow.
What the outcome of that court hearing, or the ruling by the immigration judge, will determine the next steps.
So the next stage is Obeko Court on the 20th of January, 2026.
Correct.
So the outcome of that court on a bed determine say yedene bagana and I say bibi or why be.
Exactly.
But as it stands now, no, the omujina say Olivo America as illegal immigrant. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he doesn't have a visa to remain here. That is why they have him in their custody.
Well, DNC yetia you revoke the visa.
Well, I must be frank with you. That revocation of the visa, I heard it from the Attorney General, Ghana's Attorney General.
Okay.
Now, the Ghana's Attorney General has been working with the FBI on this one.
Okay.
And for him, he wanted the ex-minister to be brought to Ghana. So, any America for any Yankee Tahubia. I said, they are assisting us and we are assisting them in resolving some issues that confront their countries. Like us, there are people in our country who have committed crimes against America, and there are people in their country who have committed crimes against Ghana.
Okay.
And so, how best are resolve our problems?
Diplomatically,
or they'll bring the people to justice.
Diplomatically,
justice
for the between the two countries.
Yes, there's the diplomacy.
Yeah.
Per the law, they want to work with the law.
Good.
Mutually, work to make things happen so that we have a happy resolution of legal issues.
It's at this stage, you bet me about Attorney General and any team about so.
Very much so. Very much so. I think they've worked very hard in that respect. I mean, documented, and I looked at the document, it had all the ingredients of a proper extradition. So, that is official and that's due process. Gone through the due process. Oh. Now, the Emiyan said, former minister, Aman Kofue, reducing to a level of like a criminal level. Because we did, at least why Minister for Finance for Ghana, or Ghana from Penny Pony. This case is seen as a high profile case here. Meanwhile, he's being kept in a dormitory like cell with other inmates.
Baby, what Danny Yani Tessa or to say student dormitory bisa student mattress so no order.
Well, I've seen bunk beds there. So my question Pennsylvania, last time before Christmas I went to Bakuri or Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area.
But baby,
for the bathroom or shower, I mean, common area. I don't know.
Come to empire the someone with the NB.
Some then a bit harsh.
Debbie, walk order. Walk order. Okay, I
was the minister for Eastern Region. Minister for Eastern Region. I visited there. It's come from my region.
Oh, it's a one quadasso.
Me say, me call Eastern Region, me call pieces up of your master name.
Me just a one quadasso. Now we have finished now on the Casarana, His Excellency.
I would offer that so. Because we are ex-convict.
His Excellency, what you call me? You want to be this about who may be a free bar. I come.
The long and short is I really hope Ghanaians, those in public office and public office holders, current and previous, you can run, but you cannot hide.
Exactly.
Don't do anything that you shouldn't be doing.
Exactly.
When you have public office.
Fantastic.
Whether you are a politician, you are a civil servant, public purse has to be protected.
Fantastic.
Do anything untoward, let's say, that year they will find you.
Exactly.
And the law in any country, can be worked on to bring you to justice.
The kind of Ghana.
Ken Bar. For all you know, MPP funny be so because not a person so. And in the process, they might incriminate others. You never know.
You never go alone.
Well, a prayer or bread, yeah,
now, we are first of all OSP no. But of been now near can.
So I'm on one, Mrs. Our office no, young no.
Young
no, because I buy a wood
problem and nothing the pan
office near problem. A moony panaso banos in your correct.
Serious.
Say, I didn't yet. And then it's one in your moony puppet in a more, Papa Billian, one me womo, or Munyan and my almost had Uncle Dada GB,
budget of 140 million.
I do it is our office no, ye young no.
The way also Paja can Ofori Atta Seminoma. Oh, I can't yet any. And all grand.
And the same names as anyone was one on one relaxity.
Who said, and the mark Captain Smart Nick and tell us say, or shed that as shield in the panel. But Obedi can't be in case no answer. Obiaba, to Uber open us, oh, Miguswa may.
Send that some Mocasa young cranny good. I told you that
or say, oh, you can't start tea. Can Ofori Atta case.
And a year day.
Or 10 years say, OSP with him. And it's okay. So we be the end yet was. Twas you never left documents in the bra, docket in the bra, I mean, follow quite traditional.
Na, and also I be your honor.
Amo, na, or no, says a meeting, can't you?
Now, when I want you the papa and cow babacasa.
As tradition, I
want you the papa and cow babacasa.
Then don't me.
Was yes.
Can't say baby, I did not 10 years.
Jayan was the same over Cabia.
As tradition, as I say, a bit too maybe. Almost a bit take a long process. Now, looking at the circumstances, say, your hair say, US of what you can't detain that, or more revoking the visas that, say already, or your citizens be, US or
what I say,
and only visa. And yet, no,
you say, Nada Musa.
Eyes for you are any deport you. Did you be deported? No.
Oh, dear, me dear to me, no, and Kayan Fanemra. ye mo na chikosi ya fa ne mresa se ye hia ya de o ye de hye
papi
chebi de hye no
fantastic
ye ne ke no Ofori Atta bra fie
ya fe no
bra be san kwan ne no
wo refi se tema na o yare se o jana ko hwe ko se ya ko se o yare san bra o se me mane mo
awo ni be de
mintimi ngonya
na be de ye dey
oh daddy
e de na beti bayira ho memu amana mo kesie yi eni ti ye hia no ke Ofori Atta ye mfa ne mra ye mfa ne mra ta se ye hia ya de o we ye de hye
according to
wakwa kodin sense me ye ntimi ntina wo sa
according to the ambassador chese omuka so mko boaro no
na se
o se yo mpe
na wo besi de yakọ eni guasie we pa na ye hwe ba bi e danche mu a wotie na obi di bo no nwom no e danche mu a wo hye pa na wo besi de kura aka se obi mna memesra wo mese na ni ewuwa no anim se bia asem no ye nya ho
asem no no waka no ani wuo no
so ase
mese kene Ofori Atta say ya ndeli no ya anya na hwe anka obra na for the rest of his life. I now understand why I know say ye yini din free one tell listen so abesa say bedi na chi ada obe for phone abo papa bia kene Ofori Atta
e ho sem na beba say wantwa sapapa bi amfa nto honom nanso no be say de ni nyina ni firi na amanyofo na amanyuko na wo na
Uncle
nanso no say dia ba resi bo adwuma no onkoso anya e de akene Ofori Atta de se ehia no ti no de
o ran de se o
ye fa ne mra
ese eche na ne ba no so rough be no
say ne ba ye citizen e wo US nti no o pese
o mo fa edwon ba
o ya se be ya ne papa no so no say ono so ye ne nkrata asema se wo be ya na ko no so betimi atena ye US won ya fa ne so no so ye citizen wo honom na ye say eni ntikro enya ama le brebra ama ne ama ye say yi eni guase so de mfate wo kan ni ba
eni we dia kan
what you say
we dia kan no
enti na say no e so otimi yire ne ncham na so otimi ye visa no wontenten ne wo nkrata ne bibia di gugu akwan mu no otimi tena ho no enya sa de obepiem wo hanom de a wo hwe bia reho beku no
ye de ne ba no gusunye
ye so ye mpese
ye de traditions wo tum ti ye behwe ni mienu de be contem
eti Ghana ne enya ne ntem
ye we manya chechide na nteni bi ba ku ma ya di achi aye sulus we
se de bia
ye kan Ofori Atta chen obi
eno de
ye nya ono ayari
eno de se ye kase wot na hono mpa de enti ase o de wo mra enkata me bompa ye se nyeyi
amen
mpa
ye de mpa pa na Solomon Usu communication director de ma United Party o ahwe se one uboy ajai ana onu ge ajai
na no wa ba se
na wenye bi se obeka
se de obesi aka na se kire wo sita tutu no de akeka no
fantastic Ken Ofori Atta say Zolo Usu say
o se de
Ken Ofori Atta na o ka kire say oyare no ye kwachi no according to US FBI for ni ICE for no
ne ho ye
papa no
hwe ha no ne ho de ne o se ne business aboba eti ese no obetimi ya bagana we montimi fa ese wontimi fa yade yi ni ho ano first na me yare na yade ese ni aka ni mu brofo akese encyclopedia brofo ese de ese ho ye eti ese no enim ayare sabia we US wo be kase wo yare bi no kwa kwaje ayare so ese ne ho de so kwa ya che nti wetimi no mu na aka ma wo de brefie be no ma ye bidro ni bi ye na mo die no dudo no tete no ya je ewo hono be wo bobi
se oyari ko ba yes and yere da do
so de so ye de ne nye okwa kwaje abrofo de ne ye won na meje Ghana so de no
eti Solo Usu fire na wa fire no me for so because
kama
untimi na da ye
o se ne Ghana no ye se ne nyina be se ye yie o enti obi afana no ntwon bi ye nyina sika
wo se obi afana ye de tuma na se afana de betu
se ne bi mo hono ma o ma twetwe mo ho
ti we de personal issue
dodo na emra
Ken Ofori Atta finance minister baby asidi ni goduru ya masati ye
because won to aduane a ye to tax
mami ilevi
ye tua o ka ye te
ko di bet kitwe bi maboka minya bi ni
minya ba ku bia se de esi hwan so no
me se na do my bona ben
bona ben wa
ye di mi na wo de ga
Ofori Atta na de ba ye
enti ono personal mami na eni ono kwa na be kasa because se me ba
obi adna no twumbi
na US Jonelo Oklo ese Ken Ofori Atta case baby aduru no nyangopon kwa na aka na ontimi nka ne se ebeye fufufu se ede ne beba Ghana so de because normal nka ice for no ti wa but ayi na ne se unin krata se munye nti se pamo
ni abochi na ne be ukrom ne de waba
ne mbom no papa no ye pempe onye ordinary Ghanaian
Mr. Ofori Atta's case is clearly not a typical one. I know you mentioned.
Explain that. What makes it a non-typical case?
Oh, sure. It's the fact that he's a high-profile personality, a former minister in the Ghanaian government. I heard the statistic you gave about how many Ghanaians are currently detained, how many Ghanaians are up for deportation. But I can tell you quite certainly that he's not your regular Ghanaian in detention. And you yourself, when you were talking about his legal team that he has hired to defend him, I mean, here, as we say in the U.S., he has really lawyered up. Yeah. Okay, he is really lawyered up. When you see the lawyers that he's hired, former American AG, that is an indication of somebody who he's not going easily. So I was thinking about that when you mentioned the statistic about 99% of the people who go into detention end up deported. Trust me, less than 0.whatever% have a former American AG as their lawyer. So he's definitely not your typical case.
Now what we say a lawyer for kukudama.
Who himself Attorney General, former Attorney General of USC.
Na say on there ya ne say wa fa yesika no obobo no na ade akwakogu eye roni kokko okuro mu ena wasa ade akwakoma akwasi groni na nkasa ye na ye be ye nkoa che enkoa sum ne de so atim
na Donald Trump de mrebia ba utimi twa $1 million automatic citizen o green we number bia o we
yes sorry is scanni o mayi mu
scammer ni
enti na ne papa ne ni nua ba ma ne kan ye ne yeti sika so na se kwa mode ye
sika wana ka sika ni ha
sika wa ha ena o mu apia
me obi di nkomo na me say hey ansi de sika ni system kura o me pia na mu se obi sifie me say amso onua kafra me e kwasa keka e ya me na mini kafra
sika ni de o mu ho de wo mo ehiafo no so de o mbekwaso so no aye ehiafo na de fo no so akoso aye de fo
nanka odi akatwa
ka Ghana
yewu adi
ke beton wato odwae
but still na no ye bompae e beduru ho beba na say edi ya nya no nkona saasi me obeti makabie ma me ne say dia trust say case na ya adwin say eyes for no nkona FBI so ka ho and already enra na Attorney General ka bibi say there's another mind-boggling issue be aside involving Ofori Atta. FBI say obamisi yeah
and this is something that Ambassador Victor Smith said that I want to pick your thoughts on. Sure. He discloses that FBI was somehow involved in the ICE arrest. What do you read into that? I mean, what can you tell us about the fact that FBI was involved? Does it change anything?
It does. To me, it's an indication that this isn't simply about a visa overstay.
Okay.
Right? If it was just a visa overstay, this visa revocation overstay, I dealt with a number of cases with, say, international students, maybe who they had their student visa revoked, that sort of thing. But no, I feel that the fact that the FBI was involved is an indication of what was said previously, that this had to do with the extradition request.
Okay.
And that is why the FBI is in.
Papa, ne maya say, me ka mi hia ne man wo mu age. Sir, me share na nkama line ne happen kakaka na ma share. Because one hwe ye pa dia mo papa bia wadui no. Either say ye niam mienu mu be jai case ni mu ase papa no wongu. Anasa mo be ton mo japa de na mde. Because papa no.
Where's our mother's one here?
Me no nya ya.
Sir.
Eya no kra de no kra
baby da no that.
What you say? Enti ne ma no me hwe mo ankasa mo check mo account mo hwe ne se zika ni bi ni mu a because say da mo papa case ni si bo ba na ese bo da suja no e wo ma na ba ko de abewom da de lumba de abewom o mo de abewom de abewom enti case ni de wo mo kakra wa hwe ye na mo hwe na mo account ni se mo ankasa mo papa no
ye tene mo de be de so It's your majibia, before.
Now, why you scour one camera, baby?
Oh, be money be dinner.
It's woman, yes, can you over
all Luta Mahama Diabe?
And to all right, let's send a band to come home. Oh, no, your politician.
The money be a better yard.
Yeah,
sir, in
Tom, the monk can be. Sir, and I'm on the baby.
Ah, debut. Yeah, 2 hours, whatever, dear, na you.
No, Japa, there's some papa near Chino and Shame. And the man are making you.
The man says,
it is a more hennes and the man I make I can Ofori Atta mano.
So, Omoreno more council.
Nesse,
and you da.
Munyamo papa. None was some there with Bob and Dawson.
To my mind, Ken was in the United States because he was undergoing treatment. The question you ask yourself this morning is, was he arrested at the Mayo Clinic? When they arrested Ken, was he in the hospital bed? None of this. He has been chilling in a very cozy area. He lives in a very expensive area. Remember, when he was your finance minister, he boldly told you that he was never going to take a salary from the state. He was that selfless. Ken was that selfless. He wouldn't even take our salary because we were that a poor country. So he was just being magnanimous to the country. Now you are done with your tenure. Come and account to us. You will go and hide under the banner of you are sick. When some of us know that you are not sick. In fact, even if you are sick, there is no law that says that if you are sick, you should not be prosecuted on criminal matters. Go to Zawam. People that are very sick there, they stole plantain, they stole a goat, they stole cassava. They are there. We are talking about the finance minister that led us to borrow $13.5 billion.
Mama, a chama, if I can offer that issue in on say. The way a manner MPP for no air can was him. Do they hate justice that much?
Oh, JB, oh, say, if we are said, you say agrono, a bayer da, woody now man, you have been susu a db. I say, MPP for no, as I say, no, can I some ne buy, you know. I ask our friend, a bit more casamano. A bit so say, a bit so every muka.
I know one bra, Nana Danko for the former president. Oga say, ne appointees in order assembly Maham making. Dear no, Obeka phone, so do Obeka phone, I say, Ubi Antana mine, no answer question. But then you know, now we are send us if what?
One day, Jano, consent.
Obian Swan across, and Swan across.
Send a make us say, Can Ofori Atta now for crabby in my. Now, no more than one with your course one. MPs do send a wakache and not Danko for the say. Nanti. Or Mon Pamono, a sense of a penejumoyan and Swanny. Or ye, baby. Me feet a duku, yen to be a taddy, and was at the end was share. Nancy Dimma Mini be nice, I won't out share that and that. Family and friends, which had the man, you know, commentators no mudi, or more Maca, no more to one or more children, my son, I say, became my
family in deep case bar.
And to know better on Becca be Mawana. So, some way say, and this moon is see ya. I see and this for, make come,
obey you, Amma.
And yes, obey you, and this for Miss Cadia.
Oh, of course.
To what I say,
of course.
Or money do my minibi.
What's that?
Meaning, I know one mamma is going to be a
problem with the MPP, say. She's kind of far.
A
free man in Ukraine, I could do my force. Wait, on a serious one.
To what I say,
the Banadan citizen who know.
Oh, quiet,
you're pushing that go outside.
Also, the mother and you cocoa said, why, yeah, Juma woman.
And go, yeah, now what do you be in women and said,
you tonight, Brennan,
look, you listen to a friend saying, Abronya, oh, Cassie, Kennedy, will see what the owner was sick at that. Who phone a Mawinyasika, so phone a Mawinyasika, including no politician. But the reason why you hardly see people criticizing Kennedy is because you more Ghana. What for? You teenage many be yet. We are not like other side, okay.
Say a politics moon, yes, can I support one of the man now? While found what's now bridge will be a Juma or Ghana. Our Ghana will be a Nebia.
But in Kaya, Papa, Mr. Bible quotation. And your quotation, what we are seeing now, on quite a good not the fitters, no assassin. What I say? Now, Missy,
the portfolio make kitchen was said, or by any in Chima, just a quabrani in a big kitchen or the man. Yes, in the Indian, you can Kenneth and woman says, you.
papa na voice no boko
din esi suro ni pedin din no ni nya wa obeye wo egosika wa pian de de ya be gi ade o my god na mu ni ate ya mo papa ye yo
billions of dollars
de mu di tu amena ewiase nyina amena kese ne da Ghana ha
na me kura na say be say me kosua amena tu
ene nke ye
2028 ba me ba ye beto
ni na so amena no so
tina me na maje contract no
mahama e ba be kan nwe egum
on to ne bo ase o silia ye ba bisa bitu ye ba bitu
say de mu ya no MPP fu amena tuo amena kese tuo nko
a $12 million
ena mu ni mu tuo
how dey ye ntu
amena da wo no mpa si de ba be ye fish pond no si de ba be ye die yo
Ofori Atta wa ye bi but baby eduru no extradition finally ya submit it said the US voati enkrofo anye romance fraud no mo chiko omoma nanyentem said bia ne bani ntimi engase ori na bi
eno de
omoma nanyentem
eno de ye de ya Ghana ha ne de me say wo ba mesro ken de enti awusuro nyina ne say bia oba aka say bia be chew
oya nhwe
ye nchew
ye onya nhwe
me say wo de brefie ye be ma nkwan papa ma wo nya ho den
abu no nkwan
na adwuma pa na wo boy ye no
e ho fa so ye de aka ho ama
ba beto so kama beto so na yi wadwuma isa say ye dododo kan Ghana no to 2 years kasem ni ye 60 no ye ne kama
7 years no ye ho
bo adwuma
1 year ne kan no de che ti 7 years yi 1 year kapre ya bese oba ni
da wase se wo se ho asem bebe nje na no fon me yare
o gas ya say wey ye naked truth ye ni bere ha bere no mene mami akua anote wa no dede maami no kasa wo kasa no me sure say waka Ghana fu mu na mu feelings amam cause the o feeling no the mi feeling no eno na me sure say ukura na o hem sesi ya no su feeling kacho mo so mo comment no so
comment ndi on de beba
o mo nkan de how
because say ye de ya what o my Ghana mu bi they say niema na ekokoso kama medical kacho say aha anya politics ni ye nyina ba akofo achi
for God and country
o my na ne yesom no
pepepe
enitifo adwen kire bra comment section wo kai se wonya pesemi nya wo so pia so share ma onua bi sanka bi na ne enkwa ko US Ken Ofori Atta we onim ne number ne tintim na wo so fama ne se ye hia no che bi de hia we ye ode hia wo krom ana no akwa ya akwa wo bi ba so yi
debi
ye chechi we e so dia no fa kokoni ye de ma wo e so nka tintim me nka fufu we ya che gopa na ne abunabunu gusu kama na wo tini se wa bra de bi di ati ase e de ne wudi ndi enye
eno ano no
e je so ho ye humpo mo de obi so di was humpo to say
humpo mo ye kasa hit what naked truth our Oldboga trends anwanu mienu ntokwa mo say problem ma ya yenka Maxi Billian many million ba
ma mi akua
yakramo